Hello. Since this is the Halloween edition, I thought I'd wear my Hello Kitty hat tonight. Since this was kind of like my pseudo costume today at work. Um, and I nobody will probably be able to take anything I say seriously wearing this hat, but that's okay. I'll give it a try anyways. Um, okay, so what do you think of when you think of doing a research interview? What scares you the most? Absolutely everything. Coming up with the right questions, really getting, I guess, like the research that I'm looking for, but then also having to talk to people. Um, I always sound like such a ball of anxiety in my videos. That's because I am. But having to talk to strangers is really nerve wracking, and it's very scary. So that is probably definitely what scares me the most. Um, Zombies, vampires, werewolves are out there. Probably zombies. I've seen too many commercials for The Walking Dead. I, I guess so. Zombies probably scare me the most. But anything even remotely scary scares me. So it's not hard to scare me. Um, okay, so group 2 questions. According to Summer and Summer and you, what are the strengths and weaknesses of participant observation versus other forms of observation? Some of the strengths of participant observation are that the observer already has a knowledge of what he or she is observing, and they already have a knowledge of what the participants are experiencing or doing. The observer may enjoy this type of research more since they're already kind of invested in it, and they could have more of an active role. And if they are going to be using interview, then it's probably going to be easier for them to come up with questions than it would be for someone who has no experience with the subject. But I think on the other hand of that, for some of the weaknesses, I think that the observer could become too invested and not be able to remain biased. In Kara's video, she brought up a really good example of the Stanford prison experiment with Zimbardo, and he was too invested, and he kind of wasn't able to remain biased and wasn't able to remain unbiased, and that's kind of how this awful experiment was able to continue to go on because he couldn't take himself out of it. So yeah, I think that yeah, that's actually all I had on that. So oops, but okay. Our other question was, according to Weiss and you, what are the key differences between qualitative interviews and survey interviews? Survey interviews have a limited number of responses and uniform questions. They can easily be turned into statistics or number results, which can be good. And then qualitative interviews, they can get a lot more information and details, and I think you can get a lot more about a person's experience from qualitative interviews. But I mean, there's obviously a place for both in research. So, you really have to find out what's the best for your, for your type of research. But yeah, so I would say that the key differences are, that the survey interviews can be turned into statistics easier, but the qualitative interviews can give you a lot more details and experience, and a lot more a lot more freedom with the interview, for different kinds of questions and whatnot. But yeah, so that's my video for this week. So hopefully you were able to take me a little bit seriously with this Hello Kitty hat on, and I hope everybody had a good Halloween. Yeah, so I will see you all soon. Have a great week.